Welcome. Today is Monday, October the 22nd, and it's now time for the weekly San Jose State football press conference. This Saturday, the 27th, the San Jose State hosts Texas State in a Western Athletic Conference showdown, 1 p.m. at Spartan Stadium. It's also Hall of Fame weekend for San Jose State University athletics. There are 8 individuals, and the 1939 and 1986 San Jose State football teams will be honored throughout the weekend. There's a Friday night Hall of Fame dinner, which is sold out. And then Saturday at halftime, the teams and individuals will be honored. Among the individuals honored is former San Jose State defensive back Bob Ladouceur, who has gone on to great things as the football coach at De La Salle High School. Bringing it more to the present, this Wednesday, the Mike MacIntyre radio show will tape at Original Joe's at 6 p.m. with a playback later that evening on KLIV. And individually, San Jose State defensive back Benet Ben-Wickery was named the WAC Defensive Player of the Week. Kick returner Tyler Irvin, who tied one school record and set a second San Jose State kickoff return record, was recognized by the College Football Performance Awards Group as one of its national kickoff returners for the week. And with that, let's bring in San Jose State head coach Mike MacIntyre.
All right, thank you very much. We had a good trip down to San Antonio, and I thought the team played really hard. One of our goals was to come out of the locker room on steam, because we didn't do that the week before, and I felt like we did that. They played hard. UTSA had a couple plays on us that they made. They kept playing extremely hard. I was pleased with the way our special teams played, and our offense and our defense played good. Had a couple letdowns there that we need to shore up. But overall, I thought the team played really hard. We came out of there injury-free, so getting ready to go for Texas State. Very good football team that runs the option. When you see them play, they'll remind you of Nevada, and they do a good job with their scheme. A lot of different option schemes that they run, and their quarterback, Sean Rutherford, is a good quarterback. He's a senior. He can throw the ball. He can run the ball. Very active player. And then on defense, their right end, number 31, Joplo Bartu, is a very good pass rusher. He's also a senior. Been impressed with a lot of the things on their team. Their kickoff guy kicks it deep in the end zone every time. So that might be a struggle for us to get the ball on Tyler on kickoff returns, but they kick it deep. Their punter does a good job. I think they're very good on the kicking game. Their return game is very good. Their kickoff returner and their punt returner have, I think both of them have made Player of the Week on special teams in the season. They're very good. So we've got to be very cognizant of where those guys are on their return game. So I'll take any questions at this time.
Coach, when a guy like Benet comes off the bench and fills in for Damon, what does that do for your team, for both the team and coaches?
Well, it was good. Benet's been playing a ton at our nickelback, and he started for us before. But coming in and having to play the entire game at corner and at nickelback, he did a great job, and shows you that we've got a little bit more depth, which is good. In the past, that wouldn't be the case. Now we've got depth. We've got guys who were starters before that aren't starting and then playing a lot, and then people get hurt and they're starting, and so and they understand their roles. And I was very proud of the way Benet played and the way he's played for us on special teams and at our nickelback position, which we consider a starting position, because a lot of times a nickelback plays more than the Sam backer in a game. So he has done a very good job for us. We're very pleased with how Benet did.
You're in a stretch here where, at least on paper, these are games that you're going to be favored in. Is it an important part for the development of this team to show that they can play well when they are a favorite, because that maybe hasn't been so much the case?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if the kids know they're favored or not. That's all done by bookies. That all we care about is what we do on the football field, and we're excited about playing Texas State. I mean, their option offense is very formidable, can make a lot of things happen. Our defense is going to have to be extremely sharp and on top of its game to be able to slow them down. Offensively, we've got to contain their pass rush. They do a good job of harassing the quarterback, and we've got to be able to take care of business there. So, I think it's going to be an extremely tough game, and I hope that they're not thinking about any of that. If they are, then we're not where we need to be. But I think they're understanding what we have to do to win the football game.
How important is it to get the run game going on all cylinders over these next 3 games, so that when the BYU game comes up and the Louisiana Tech game comes up, the run game is in full strength?
That's a good question. We're not even thinking about those other teams, any of them. We just want to have the run game working for this Saturday the way we want it to, whatever we feel like is the best to be able to move the football and score points. Of course, we'd like to be able to run the ball better, and hopefully we can. But they're good on defense. If they come up and stop on the run, then we'll throw the football. So, but we're working hard at that, and definitely not looking forward to any other games down the road at all.
Obviously, the pass protection was much better this week, not allowing a sack. Is there anything specific that you guys did differently, or was it just playing better?
No, we did do a few things differently. A little bit of our communication, a little bit of a few things that we changed just a little bit that we thought that there might have been some communication a little bit unsure of after we watched the tape. And then our kids played better, and they didn't have big number 90 at nose guard. That was a big difference too.
Today's Twitter question of the day, sponsored by Rubio's, comes from Ryan Black, and he asks, what does intent to deceive a penalty mean, and what was the referee's explanation to you on that play?
Intent to deceive, I have no idea. I've never heard it called before. What I understood intent to deceive was when you hit a guy on the sidelines and you ran everybody in, he stayed on the sidelines and ran down like San Diego State did against Washington, and they scored on it. I thought that was, they complete. And we had gotten that play. Honestly, I wish we would have thought of it our own selves. We had stole it off a film of another team that did it and scored on a team. And so I don't know why they called it, but they did. So we'll have to figure a different way of doing it in the future.
I was just going to ask, do you plan on calling the same play in the future?
I don't know. We might. It was wide open. We just got to figure out how it's not being deceiving the other team.
Mike, I was wondering which players last week were the most forceful in terms of making sure you guys had the right mentality coming off the Utah State loss?
Well, I think majority of all of them, but I would definitely say our captains. I would say Vince Buwager, and I would say that the offensive line and in general was pretty upset about how they played, and they were really focused and really intent and understood what they had to do. So I would say that group, and then definitely our captains. And I thought Vince Buwager was a vocal leader this week on defense.
Obviously, forcing those turnovers was a big deal this week. What goes into that for you guys? Because I know you spend a lot of time working on trying to force turnovers.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time trying to force it and work on it. We did a very good job of attacking the football and tackling the guys in open space. And when we had them held up, we were ripping the ball out. So that was big. And we do drills with that all the time. And there's opportunities in games that it appears in some games more than others just because of the play that might have run or the way the guy was tackled and was held up for a second. And so sometimes it's not – I'm not saying it's lucky, but I'm saying the situation arises more in some games than others. We tackled better and we were able to get some guys corralled and be able to get the ball out.
All the sacks against Utah State on David Fales, did you see a change in his mindset this week?
No, not one bit. Not one bit, which is very interesting. You think you might, but I didn't see one changes in him and whatsoever. He never thought about it. He never batted out. He never batted an eye in the game, not one time. And did he show any disgust or even think about it? He just got back in there and went. And I think that's a credit to his toughness, and I think it's a credit to how humble a leader he is. He's not an ego guy at all, and he just wants to do whatever we got to do to win. And the kids really respect him, and I think think that really helped the offensive line know that he really does trust and believe in him, because he does.
I know you got a lot of backups into the game, but how significant was it to get Joe Gray a few snaps, let him throw a pass?
I think it was real significant to get him in there some, and we mainly ran the ball when we were in there. I didn't, we just wanted to run the ball and get the game over and get going home. And but it was fun getting all the players in, letting them play, and some of them did really well, and some of them got out there and kind of got baptized, so to speak, a little bit. Now they'll understand a little bit more what it's about, and that's always a good thing, because a couple of those guys that got thrown in there, in the next couple of weeks, some type of injury will happen, and they'll be thrown in there. And I think that 15 minutes of playing and that 10 to 15 plays they got will really help them prepare more this week and understanding what's going on and kind of get the jitters out of them.
Is it important for this team to learn to play with a lead? I mean, you had obviously that big lead, and obviously it's a different play calling, and a lot of things change when you have a big lead.
I hope so. I hope we do that a lot. We've been very fortunate this year to have a couple games where we kind of had it in hand, and our kids have, quote, put on more steam to make sure we kept it in hand. And that's something that we talk about, try to practice, try to work on, try to enforce, because in the past we didn't always do that. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay. Thanks very much for being with us today. A reminder that this Saturday it's San Jose State and Texas State from Spartan Stadium. Game time is 1 p.m. And we'll be back again with another press conference on Monday, October the 29th. Thank you.